this is Deborah. I'm going to be making a holiday soap. This is actually my last holiday soap for the year. Now, I've made some holiday soaps, but I didn't get to make a video. I'm going to be doing a blend here of lavender 4042, rosemary essential oil. Now, I've made this blend before, and my customers really love it. I've only added one new product in, and I will tell you in a little bit what that is. I'm going to be adding some peppermint essential oil. I'm going to be adding some cedarwood essential oil. Oh, it makes it smell so nice. I'm going to be adding some juniper berry. Now, these are the original blends. These are the original essential oils that I will blend together. But I snuck in just a little bit of the patchouli. Because me and patchouli, I love patchouli. It's pretty strong, so I just added a little bit. Now, this is either called lang-a-lang or lang-lang. I call it lang-lang, but I have heard the word lang-a-lang too. It smells awesome. I'm going to be using some heavy cream. That's going to really make this a luxurious bar of soap here. Now I have three, actually I'm going to be using 5 different colors here, but these 3 come together to make a nice combination, and it's going to produce a gorgeous red. Now these are some strange names on these. This is called Brazen Huzzy and Spicy Tomato, which is pretty common, but that was, and Voodoo. So these are interesting names there. Haven't heard the word Huzzy in quite a while. Okay, and let's see, let me find the color so I can show you what it looks like. There you go, voila. Isn't that a gorgeous red? I used to have a hard time getting red, but since I've been mixing these 3 together, it just makes a beautiful red. You just do equally part of each one of them. I'm also going to be using some radioactive green, and I have a sample here that I mixed together because I thought this was too dark and the radioactive is too light. It's just too something. But as you can see, put those 2 together and voila, I got a beautiful Christmas green. I love that green. So let's see, what else am I using here? I got a lot of stuff on the table here. Let's clear some of it off there. Okay, I'm using some kaolin clay there and some titanium dioxide, which makes the soap whiter. You can find titanium dioxide in food and a lot of products, so it's harmless. Now this is, like I said, this is going to be a luxurious bar of soap here with some gorgeous colors. Now I'm also going to be adding some corn silk, and you say corn silk? Yes, corn silk. It makes the soap feel really, really silky. There's some other beautiful silks out there, but I had this one on hand, and I thought, why not use it? I'm going to be straining it off because I did add a little bit too much. I'm sure it would have melted if I would have took the time to keep stirring it, but I thought maybe I had enough where I had enough that did melt, because it was quite a bit, so I melted a lot of it, so I'm not going to be losing too much there. Like I said, this is going to be a beautiful, luxurious, silky bar of soap. I hope everybody's having a great day today. There's a lot going on, and I know, there's a lot going on, and a lot of people may not be happy, might be sad, I don't know. But I hope you find something to smile about today and something to find joy. Maybe your children or your pets or your friends, something to find some joy today. And I hope that's what your goal might be, because I always try to make it my goal is to have a joyful day regardless of what's going on, and it is a lot going on. Okay, I'm going to be doing the heat transfer method here, and as if you watch my videos, you know that I've been doing this one for quite a while. It just works out really, really good for me. It's just, you just add your hot lye solution over into your oils and butters, and it takes about 5 to 7 minutes with this batch to melt. And that's pretty much all. Now, some ask me, do the temperature stay pretty high? No, it actually gets down. This is, it gets down pretty low, so there's no problem there. I can still swirl once I, my oils melt. They're not too hot or anything. Okay. Now I'm going to bring this to a light trace, not a medium trace, just a light trace, because I'm going to be adding a lot of things over into it. So if it looks like I'm really beating it a lot, I'm really not. I'm really not doing too much. I'm just mostly hand stirring using the blender. Now I'm adding my kaolin clay here, and I've seen it added in different, and I guess I could do it a little different so that I don't have to work it in. But like I said, I do a lot of stirring, more than I do mixing there. So the mixer's not even on. I'm just stirring it there, and I kind of took a little temperature so you can see it's like 95. And that's a good temperature to swirl with. Now I'm adding some heavy cream, and the heavy cream really makes the soap feel so creamy. Like these are some really creamy bars that I've made with this recipe here. Let me put my glove up there. Okay. So I just brought it to a really decent trace there, so it's not going to be too thick, because it might take me a little bit to get it all worked up there. So you don't want to get your trace too heavy there, too thick, because it'll be too hard. Sometimes if you add your essential oils or even your fragrance oil, I should say your fragrance oils for sure, and sometimes your essential oils will cause your mix to seize or to get thicken up too fast. So I'm going to separate the soap here into some different little measuring cups here, because I'm going to do some different colors there. Okay. The holidays are just so close. Now it takes about 4 to 6 weeks to cure, so this video is a little bit behind because it's already cured. So I won't tell everything. Let me just be quiet and go through the process here. Okay, Miss Deborah. Okay, I'm just shaking up the titanium dioxide, and I'm going to whiten a little bit of the soap here. Now, usually when you put titanium dioxide in your mix, you will have to use the stick mixer to really pull out the color, the titanium dioxide, because if you just stir it like I'm doing there, you really might get a lot of glycerin rivers there if you do it that way. So I will be putting the stick blender to it. Oh goodness. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of this gorgeous red over into this batch here. Doesn't take a lot, as you can see. That is so beautiful. Hopefully these colors will pop and come out just fine. Now I'm adding a little bit of the blend. I'm not adding too much. I'm going to just add a little bit in each one, because this is pretty strong and it smells so good. Let's see. I think I stuck a little bit of patchouli in it, so if it tries to burn off a little bit, that patchouli will carry it through. And the juniper, it's going to all stick together pretty good. Like I said, I've made it before, and I love this blend. And I have a few customers, not all the customers, but I have enough customers that likes this blend. And this soap is pretty much already sold, except for a few bars. So I did make some extra. So should be good to go there. I'm making a mess there, as you can see. But I love that green, and I love red. I love colors. I am one person that loves colors. I'm kind of a hot color person. Now I'm just going to pour the soap, the colors, into one container here, and then I'm just going to pour it over into the mold. I don't have a name for this. I'm sure I've seen someone else do this. This is not my design, but it's going to come out mine once I finish. Okay, just kind of going back and forth with it, and I'm got a lean in there. I don't know why I didn't use the little device that I made. Oh, I know why. I had made the device then. Okay, I had made it for this video, so I'm still using the towel. Okay. if you've never made soap before, there's a lot of videos on YouTube that will show you how to do the basics. Like you see, I always go to the spiel when I first started making videos about the gloves, the goggles, and all the protection. And I've got a little relaxed about it, but I will stress it still. You want to make sure when you're making soaps using lye that you will protect your work area as well as your skin, because you can get burned. I always try to put on some closed-in shoes, and I always try to have on extra clothes. But sometimes, like today, it's pretty warm, so I'm like, oh, I need to get out of some of these clothes. But I have actually dropped some of this solution on myself before, and it did burn right away. And I actually had a couple of gloves before. I'm always changing gloves, but a couple of times I kind of had the glove too long, and I was doing other things with it, and it had a little bit of hole in it, and some of the lye soap got on my hand inside the gloves, and oh my goodness, I felt that really good. So this is nothing to play with. It might look like a lot of fun, which it is a lot of fun, but with a lot of precaution you gotta take. Now, I lost a little bit of my footage there. So that's why I'm kind of talking through the video, because I lost a little bit of footage there, kind of to guide you through what's going on. Now, I had some serious trouble here doing this because I had put 3 of the colors inside of this bag, and I didn't work them all the way down. So I started getting some of the same colors in the video, as you can see here in the video. Oh, Deborah, are you getting tired or what? But anyway, so far so good, but down the line I was starting to have troubles there, and I really had to work these colors out really good. Now these are coming out good, but further down the line as you watch, I didn't get the bags positioned correctly. Okay, I've speeded it up a little bit there so you don't get bored. I hope you're still here. Are you still here? I hope so. I hope you're watching to the end. I love piping on top of the soap. These colors are really pretty together. But as you can see, I'm starting to get some different things happening there. I'm kind of like speeding through there. I had a lot of all red, and then I was like, oh no. But then after I kept pressing and pressing, I finally got some of the colors to come out right. And it had gotten really hard to press. That was a little bit of boo-boo there. And the tops kind of like was too pointy, so I just kind of smoothed them off. There's the red. Like, oh my goodness, all that red, what happened? It's just like everything is just all start coming out red. And the reason for that is because I didn't position. I should have opened up the bag and just kind of separated them and put them together. But overall, it came out all right. It did okay. Oh, there you go. And I'm just spraying it with a little bit of gold bling bling there. And I love bling bling too. Okay, so there we go. This is how it looks there. So I'm going to be back in 24 hours to cut the soap so you can see, and I'm going to be seeing too how everything came out there. So let's see here. Okay, so it's been 24 hours and I'm back, and I took it out of the bowl. It feels a little soft, but I did use some sodium lactate to firm it up, so it is pretty firm. Now this is this is tall. Too tall for my soap cutter. I'm so happy that I got to talk to Bud, a guy off Etsy that makes soap cutters, and I will be getting one that's a little bit taller so I can cut the soap. But for now, I'm going to have to wing it. I'm going to be cutting it with something that my husband put together for me to cut the soap, and I'm just going to try to use this soap cutter as a guide, but not all the way through, because this had really got out of hand. So device, I can't even think of the name of this device. But anyway, he smoothed down the edges of the blade so that I can cut the soap with no problem, and it works out pretty good. So this soap cutter is great for smaller, not so tall designs. So there you have it. Isn't that beautiful? I love those colors. I think those colors came out really good. Now I'm not going to try to cut too much more like this. I'm going to do something a little different there, because this device is actually touching, as I come down, it's actually touching the other side of the mold here, so it's making it hard to cut. So I'm going to have to take it off of the soap cutter here. I was only using the soap cutter trying to line it up, you know, really nice, but that's not working out very well there. So there you have it. Oh, I love that. I don't know what you call this. This is a lot of wispy colors there, but I love, love, love those colors. Wow. So let's see here. I'm just trying to think about, I'm going to do something totally different, because trying to cut it this way has been so hard. Let's see. Okay. Clean this off here. I'm just trying to think about how I'm going to do that there. Okay. So I decided to put some little lines in it to make it a little bit easier to cut, because I'm trying really hard to cut this bar where all the bars are the same size. I don't always achieve that, so usually when I weigh the bars out, if I have more bars at one size, then I just kind of go with that size. So you're really getting a nice bar soap there. So that is trying to stick there. So there you have it. I really love that wispy look. I don't know when I was swirling that it was going to look like that. I was hoping that it would be pretty, and I really like that. So I think it's going to make a nice holiday soap there. It's a big bar there. So you can see my little piece have came off. So it's like struggling today to cut this soap. I'm so happy. I did ask Bud if he could do a hot pink, and he said no. He's pretty much going with the he's not even making the wood ones anymore, so he's basically going with sort of what you see, the white, I can't even think what's this called, but it's going to be all it's not going to be any wood, let's just put it that way. So it's okay. I would get my husband to tweak it, because he's pretty good at changing designs for me. So we'll get my hot pink still, so it's not a problem. Okay, I'm starting to really struggle with this bar. It's a little soft there, so I'm really going to have to use another plan. So now I'm cutting it, as you can see, with the knife here. Trying to keep these bars the same size, or pretty much the same weight, should I say. But I love the design, and I love the outcome. So I guess it was worth the struggle there. Now I will be shaping these bars up a little bit, because that's got a little end hanging on it. But overall, it's pretty, and it smells good, and it's a luxurious bar soap. So your skin's going to love this bar. I hope you go over and check out the website, because this bar soap is on the website. It's ready to go. Okay. I'm pretty brave here to cut this soap, knowing that I could whack it up this way. So I'm like having a brave day. It's like, whatever, let's just get it done. Okay. Alright, and I didn't erase any bloopers, so there's a few bloopers here and there, but it's okay. It just shows you that I'm human. Very capable of making mistakes. Very capable. Not in the ingredients though. Not messing with the lye. I don't play when it comes to that lye. When it comes to that harsh solution, I make sure I do it right. But in this cutting process here, this has been an interesting cutting process here. So let's just try to take that little edge there off. And as you can see, it's just really like melting. It's okay, it's the end piece, and it will firm up, and I will test it for myself there. Okay, got a little bit of a smear there, but overall, once I shape it up a little bit, you're not going to be able to tell any boo-boos. So with that being said, thank you so much for spending time with me today. You could have been somewhere else, but I thank you for being here. Have an awesome and a blessed day. Bye now.